The digital industry in Pakistan is in I would say, sorry state of affairs, and it's gotten this way very rapidly. I mean, it's a very new industry. Digital communications is a very new field compared to advertising, which has been around for many decades. Digital is, I mean, our company, for example, got formulated in 2013. So most of the companies you're looking at are 4-5 years old. But today we have a situation where there's over 300 registered digital agencies, and there's almost next to none differentiation between them. I mean, yes, unless you consider large and small to be differentiation, which is really not any differentiation. So and the client भी जो है वो मतलब हम लोग एक एक्सप्रेशन मजाक से कहते हैं कि वो डिजिटल एजेंसी जब खरीदने आते हैं या वो सर्विसेज लेने आते हैं तो इट्स ऑलमोस्ट फील्स लाइक कि वो सब्जी फल खरीद रहे हैं कोई, बिकॉज द थिंग इज इट्स बिकम अ कमोडिटी, बिकॉज कोई वैल्यू एडिशंस जो है वो हमारी भी गलती है एज एन इंडस्ट्री कि हम वैल्यू एडिशंस इतनी कर नहीं रहे, एंड दे डोंट लुक एट अस एज स्पेशलिस्ट एंड कंसल्टेंट्स, यू नो, लाइक लॉयर्स एंड डॉक्टर्स. इंस्टेड दे लुक एट अस लाइक एजेंट्स. सो व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इज कि वो एक मार्केट का बाटा रेट सेट हुआ है रिटेनर का, विच इज़ सो लो that it's difficult to make profits in this business. और अब वो आप अगर रिटेनर एक मतलब यू नो 500% अबव द मार्केट रेट मांगेंगे तो वो क्लाइंट आपसे कहता है कि वो फलाना जो है वो इतने का दे रहा है और मार्केट का तो ये रेट है, आप इतने ज़्यादा पैसे क्यों मांग रहे हैं, आप कौन सा चीज़ मांग रहे हैं. So there are a number of issues in the industry. Creativity is a challenge because by default digital is more about technology and about the pace at which things are changing in digital and data. So वो data और technology have taken a forefront, and creativity unfortunately has taken a back foot. And what's happening is कि वो, I mean, we've seen all these ridiculous posts on Facebook that clients are beginning to use. They don't follow rules, they don't follow guidelines. एक वो challenge है. फिर technology itself is of course a challenge because it's so rapidly changing. I mean, we were just learning Google Display Network and Facebook advertising and all that, and now there's programmatic buying and all that you have to think about. Programmatic buying सीख रहे हैं हमारे जो बिल्कुल टॉप एंड के लोग हैं और सिस्टम्स उसके डिप्लॉय कर रहे हैं. तो अब वो अदर टेक्नोलॉजीज आर कमिंग इन लाइक ब्लॉकचेन की एप्लीकेशन एंड क्रिएटिविटी एट्सेट्रा. So there's a number of challenges that the industry faces. It's sort of like the wild west. There are many kinds of creatures that exist in terms of digital agencies. Everything from the media agency, digital backroom, to the creative agency का छोटा सा एक digital cell जो होता है, to these mushroom players who are just like two guys with their laptops and their digital agency. And then there's unfortunately a few players like us, which is a full service digital agency. So profitability का बहुत pressure है, creativity में challenges हैं, tech का है, but it's still there's a lot of, because there's a lot of challenges, there's also a lot of opportunities. It's basically because of 2 or 3 factors. One factor is the Facebook algorithm and how it's changed. So before, what was happening was social media was being considered by clients or brands as social media, as sort of free advertising. Eventually what's happened is, which was obviously expected to happen from the advertising side, Facebook strangled the reach. So what happened is Facebook does not promote talking to people and business interaction. They promote people to people interaction because that's what gets them their users, and that's what the core of Facebook is really all about. And they said if you're a business and you want to talk to your consumers, you got to pay for it. So now the whole concept of अब मसला ये हुआ उसमें कि clients have gotten used to posts और content calendars बन रहे हैं, and people are doing 60 posts a month, which is ridiculous. ठीक है, but at the end of the day nobody is really going to those Facebook pages. ठीक है, people interact with their news feeds, और news feed में अगर आपका Facebook post नहीं, ad नहीं आ रहा, So they will not see your message no matter what you do. Okay? So at the end of the day, it's become an advertising medium, right? Now, because it's become an advertising medium, then the rule of ads starts to apply. Okay, so Facebook has its requirements कि इस तरह की ad, इस तरह की ad, carousel ad है, canvas ad है, वो है, ठीक है. अब उसके अंदर आपका वो इनोवेशन का जो रूम है ना, वो फेसबुक ने आहिस्ता आहिस्ता रिस्ट्रिक्ट भी कर दिया. सो फर्स्ट थिंग दे डिड इज दे रिस्ट्रिक्टेड रीच. So it didn't make sense to do experimental stuff because nobody's going to visit your Facebook page. You have to pay for it. You have to pay for an ad. When you pay for an ad, you want a very concise, direct sort of message that has to be delivered through that ad, which might or might not happen through an app or some innovative thing. So, because of that and the restrictions that Facebook has put on advertising, that is one big reason. Okay? The other reason is that because these social media agencies or digital agencies started off doing this, free posting and all, they developed a sort of a conversational mindset. ठीक है, तो उसमें हुआ क्या कि फॉर एग्जांपल अगर क्रिएटिव और अकाउंट मैनेजमेंट का सेटअप था तो वो अपने क्रिएटिव के और कंटेंट के लोग बढ़ाते गए, लेकिन टेक पे उन्होंने फोकस नहीं करा. ठीक है, बिकॉज फेसबुक के अंदर आपको फ्री पोस्ट करने के लिए तो मैं भी एनी इंडिविजुअल कैन डू इट, राइट. उसकी वजह से बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द एजेंसीज इन्वेस्टेड इन कंटेंट पीपल बट नॉट टेक्नोलॉजी पीपल. टेक्नोलॉजी पीपल आर द वंस हु मेक द एप्स. ठीक है, सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट there's a sort of a dearth of technology, good tech people in social media companies. So that's the second reason. ठीक है. Now the third reason is basically that clients को जिस तरह की ROI चाहिए थी from the apps, if they're going to spend in advertising, they were not getting that kind of ROI from things like putting an app in there which engages with people and all, because obviously it's experimental stuff. Experimental stuff takes time to sort of absorb with consumers or with users. So the kind of ROI they were expecting they weren't getting. So client की तरफ से भी एक आपको कोई pressure नहीं था to innovate and to make something interesting. So three reasons I've said, I'll reiterate. One, the Facebook algorithm and Facebook's restrictions. Two, the lack of good tech people in social media function of companies. And three, clients not getting enough ROI for their investment in such innovations and such apps and all. I always say this at various forums whenever I get the chance that basically हम जो है ना पाकिस्तान में obviously being behind on all other things, so digital में भी हम पीछे हैं, लेकिन we're catching up. ठीक है, लेकिन we get stuck in areas. So we were stuck in this digital disruption era where everybody was saying oh digital ने सब कुछ disrupt कर दिया और digital revolution आ गई. Those days are now over. The digital revolution has been around for 4, 5, 6 years in Pakistan. Digital agencies need to stop giving these cliched messages. ठीक है? Now we are entering into the next era, which is what I call digital transformation. So we are also like Synite being, a digital agency also, we are also changing our positioning to become digital transformation consultants. Digital transformation क्या है? If you look at all the clients and businesses out there, they are at varying degrees of digital sophistication. ठीक है? A good digital transformation agency will take a client who is at stage 1 of digital sophistication and bring them to stage 2. Somebody who's at stage 2, they'll take them to stage 3. ठीक है? And it's sort of like a consultancy service. And you charge. So I feel that is the future of digital agencies, that they will become like consultants. और जो बड़े डिजिटल मीडिया में प्लेयर्स हैं वो रह जाएंगे, छोटे छोटे जो प्लेयर्स हैं वो वाइप आउट हो जाएंगे. सोशल मीडिया में अब बिकॉज ऑफ द फेसबुक एल्गोरिथम एंड ऑल, it doesn't really make sense to work on a puny retainer and have a whole army of social media content people working. So that is just going to die out. It's going to become like any other advertising function. So you'll be making ads, digital ads, and you'll have specialists making those digital ads and charging the client accordingly. On the creative side, media side is like in conventional media is all about size. So those people like us who have preferred business relationships with Google and Facebook will give the client the rates that the smaller players can't manage, and they'll get wiped out.
Makes sense.
So वो एक sort of एक किस्म का आप ये कहें like all industries, एक अभी initial experimental phase था, अब वो experimental phase से next phase में हम जा रहे हैं. Eventually saturated तो वैसे ही होगी है industry. Eventually वो saturation से एक वो decline phase पाएगा, the not so fit will get wiped out and only the fit will survive. So you'll have fewer players making better profits hopefully, and clients also reaching a higher degree of digital sophistication. So उनको भी समझ में आ जाएगी. अभी एक्चुअली ये भी इशू है कि ब्रांड साइड पे भी जो है ना मतलब बहुत सारे ब्रांड मैनेजर्स को डिजिटल की ट्रेनिंग ही नहीं है, तो उनको पता ही नहीं है, तो हम लोग ट्रेन कर रहे होते हैं उनको. ठीक है. और मतलब वो CEO लेवल, C-suite लेवल के लोग जो हैं वो तो अभी वो मतलब उस माइंडसेट के हैं कि वो जी फेसबुक की लाइक्स नहीं आ रही, और डिजिटल इज वे बियॉन्ड दैट नाउ. सो वी नीड टू गेट क्लाइंट्स अप टू स्पीड ऑन दैट टू.
Fair enough. Perfect. Thank you very much, Hasnain. This was actually very, very insightful, and looking forward to have further discussions with you as well in future.
Thank you for providing me the opportunity.